I'm Daniel McAuliffe, and I'm working on a documentary called Dark Sky Paradise. I came to Keene as a transfer student in the fall of 2014, and my first reaction, or like my first experience with Keene was Pumpkin Festival 2014. And I was pretty traumatized by it. It was a very impactful event and left me feeling kind of down. And so I, at the time, wasn't working on any movie projects, so I was kind of not really feeling good about that. So then my dad suggested that I make a documentary about what happened here. So I then began my 2-year-long process into making this film, and it started out as a documentary just about the 3 days of Pumpkin Fest, and has since then evolved into more of a cultural phenomenon about college party culture that turns riotous. I think that why Pumpkin Festival riots happened here, it was a perfect storm of pretty much a trend of partying going on here over the years, and also there were other forces at play, and I don't really think it was a location thing in and of itself. So something like this happening in Concord, New Hampshire, I don't think that would happen. The documentary that I'm working on is also looking into Massachusetts for the Blarney Blowout, which happens at UMass, and that is more of a the documentary is more of a look into those two circumstances about Pumpkin Fest and Blarney Blowout, and investigating why this college party turned into a riot. I think the mixture is that people get in their heads like this formula to kind of replicate this spring break type imagery, where if they get a bunch of people, drugs, alcohol, in a location, that they can replicate that and capitalize it and be a part of it by selfieing a part of it. And I think what happens is that people follow this checklist, and what comes out is this ugly homunculus thing that turns riotous and can't be controlled. So if you look at what the towns, especially in Mass, have been doing to combat this, they essentially threw $200,000 at this problem to make it go away, and hold events like concerts with big name people to kind of corral the students so that they don't replicate those things and have another riot. I had the lucky opportunity to work with some people who had filmed during the riots and were at the center of it all, because I wasn't there. So since then I've worked with them to gather footage, and also work with many people over YouTube to grab footage. And so far my filming has been mainly conducting of interviews and B-roll of the town of Keene. So that process was very fruitful, and really couldn't make this documentary without all of the other people involved. I think as soon as Pumpkin Fest was over, people had a reaction to it that they wanted to fix what happened here and also move on at the same time. And I feel like, given the time that has passed now, we can look at this a bit more critically and not as so much scrutinized under a sensitive lens. Like I said, this project was birthed into just being strictly about Pumpkin Fest, and has since moved on to this idea about a growing phenomenon and what happened here is a part of that. So I'm hoping that every Keene State student sees this film and that they can walk away with this idea of a discussion talking about who we are and how we can interact with this new phenomenon. Yeah, I'm hoping to participate in the film festival this year with this piece. So being able to see it on the big screen is definitely a goal of mine. I'm also pursuing trying to bring it around to other local festivals, also around the East Coast, to really kind of, showcase this work. It'll probably be up online, but you should go see it in theaters when it comes out. I want to thank Sultan Thaher, Seichiro Kuma, Caitlin Brown, Chris Wardlaw, and Ted White and Emily Matthew for being huge supporters for this project and also helping out with the production and pre-pro of this. I know I'm forgetting people, but you know who you are, and much love, and this project couldn't happen without you guys.